Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. Honorable judges, respected teachers, and all my dear friends, a very good evening to you all. I am Sayyid Umesh Shamim, a third-year student of ECE from Deccan College of Engineering and Ethics. Today, I am here to talk about one of the latest technological awakening, a topic tremendously glittering and extremely interesting: cloud computing. First things first, the reason why I have chosen this topic is simply because of the fact that at present cloud computing is all the rage. Speaking French, de jour is the phrase for it. Recognized as one of the top 10 technologies of 2010 by Gartner, cloud computing has been generating a lot of interest, a lot of competition and enthusiasm in the computing industry. We all agree that computers have become an indispensable part of our life. We all need computers, be it for work, study, research, entertainment, and all other such fields. As the use of computers in our day-to-day life increases, the computing resources that we need also goes up. For bigger companies like Google and Microsoft, harnessing these resources is not a problem. But when it comes to small enterprises, affordability becomes a huge factor. With huge infrastructure comes problems like software bugging, hard disk crashes, machine failures, so on and so forth. These might cause a headache for such a community. Here, cloud computing comes to the rescue and offers solutions in this situation. For those who are wondering what exactly I'm talking about and what actually cloud computing is, here comes a full stop to your skepticism. So at the beginning, here is the definition: an emerging computing paradigm where data and services are resided in massively scalable data centers in cloud and can be accessed from any connecting device via internet. So let us now analyze the term cloud and computing individually. The term cloud can be used as a metaphor for wide area network or any large network environment. It is derived partly from cloud-like symbol that represent complexities. So it represents complexities of network, which may include anything from server, router, data center, cables, and any other such type of devices. Computing here describes the activity of using systems, hardware or software. It includes everything that sits at bottom layer. That is everything from raw compute power to storage capability. So to put it simply, cloud computing is nothing but internet computing. Internet is usually visualized as cloud and computing is done through internet, hence the term cloud computing. This brings me to the next part, that is the need for cloud computing. Let me ask a question: what can we do with 1,000 times more data and more CPU power? What can we do with 1,000 times more data and more CPU power? One simple question. That's all it took the interviewers to bewilder the confident job applicants at Google. However, it's a question of great relevance because the amount of data an application can handle and CPU power that one could harness is increasing day by day. There are actually many answers to this question. Number one, we could scale our business to 1,000 times more users. Two, we could monitor every single user click and every single user interaction. Three, we could provide better price point choices. Four, we could provide better recommendation system. Five, we could stimulate a case in which we have say 1 lakh users in the system without any glitches. Coming to the next part, that is the overview. As you can see in the figure, some of the major cloud capabilities include dynamically scalable infrastructure, self-service management, and pay-per-use scheme. Based on this capability, Forrester, one of the major IT firms, has defined cloud computing as a pool of abstracted, highly scalable and managed compute infrastructure capable of hosting end customer application, and most importantly, it is built by consumption. As you can see in the figure, a pool of systems are connected together to form a dynamically scalable infrastructure for data application and other type of storages. And various application, be it mobile app, browser-based app, and so on, can access this cloud via internet. This brings me to the next part, that is the architecture. Let us first see the sample architecture of cloud computing. The cloud architecture is categorized into two main sections: the front end and the back end. The front end is nothing but the user end or the client end that is using the cloud services, while the back end is the cloud itself, which consists of number of computers and servers, and it is basically assumed that the cloud has infinite storage capability. This brings me to the three-tier architecture of the cloud computing. So the three segments of cloud computing, namely infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, serves different purposes and provide different products to individuals and businesses around the globe. Infrastructure as a service refers to services catering to hardware, networking, data storage, bandwidth, so on and so forth. Platform as a service refers to services catering to software and development tools. Platform as a service actually, and software as a service refers to software on demand, that is includes services catering to customer service management and schemes like pay-per-use. And as of now, at the moment, software as a service is the best option when it comes to cloud computing. Now let me put a light on some of the major characteristics of cloud computing. The cloud computing basically entails high scalability, agility, high availability, multi-sharing, and self-healing, and also flexibility. Coming to high scalability, it refers to allowing and enabling services to large audiences. Agility here refers to performing better efficiency, greater responsibility, High availability, this is because of the fact that the chances of failure of server are minimal, thereby there are large number of availability of servers. Multi-sharing, the cloud is basically operated in distributed mode fashion, thereby allowing multiple users to access the cloud. Self-healing, in case of failure of any application, there is always a hot backup of the file ready to take over without any disruption. Flexibility, the cloud services are very flexible, capable of taking part in capable of providing variety of working loads, be it small working load for consumer application or bigger loads or heavy loads for customer application, commercial application. Some of the merits and demerits include self-service management, scalability and cost, as I just said in the character 6, encapsulated chain management, next generation architecture and choice and agility. Encapsulated chain management offered by cloud computing provides various business goals and achievements. Next generation architecture is nothing but the cloud service. The cloud computing architecture can add tremendous value to a company of any size, be it small or large. Here it provides great deal of choice to the companies utilizing it, provides greater responsiveness, and also it is scalable, as I just said, and because of distributed infrastructure it is cheap in cost. Some of the demerits include lock-in, reliability, lack of control and security. There is a concern over loss of data that is sensitive because of lack of control over the data that is stored. And here lack of control here describes that whenever the cloud system shuts down, the business people will find themselves completely helpless due to the fact that there will be no virtualization. Login, there is research in progress to provide customers with portability to move from one cloud to the another cloud vendor. Because of this disadvantages, it is unreliable. Some of the major applications of cloud computing include web application, consumer electronic application, and financial services. Cloud computing offers various web applications like Google's Gmail and YouTube, Yahoo's Ymail and Flickr, and Microsoft's Hotmail. In consumer electronics, cloud computing can be used in laptop industry for gaming industry, and also to provide high-end resolution for thin client devices like Apple iPhone and iPad. Cloud computing can be used in financial services in order to store data that is related to the stock market and any other historical data. Time will not permit me to go in detail of various other type of application. However, I would just like to name some of the companies that are using cloud computing. Number 1, New York Times, 2 Major League Baseball concepts, 3 ESPN, 4 Hasbro, 5 gaming industry like Nintendo, 6 Activision, 7 online photo sharing service, 8 Picasa, 9 Smugberg, 10 Twittic, 11 pharmaceutical industry, 12 Pfizer Chemicals, 13 Eli Lilly, 14 Johnson & Johnson, 15 Indigo Biosystem, 16 online reservation, 17 online taxation, 18 disaster recovery system, so on and on and on. This brings me to the conclusion. So let's have a basic conclusion. We all know that in the olden days, every house, every village, and every farm used to have their own water wells. But now, all thanks to shared public utilities, we have access to clean water just by turning on and off our taps. The cloud computing also works in a similar fashion. Similar to how we can turn on and off the tap of our kitchen, cloud computing can be turned on and off. And as in water company we have a team of dedicated professionals, there is also a team of dedicated professionals working to ensure that we get secure and safe services. And also when you are not using the tap, not only you are saving the water, but also you are not paying for it. Cloud computing also does the same. So I would like to conclude by saying that cloud computing holds a lot of promise, and it is expected to make a great impact in the computing industry. I would like to call the floor for question and answers.
Any questions? What is the difference between cloud computing and grid computing?
See, basically cloud computing broadens the horizon of this organizational boundaries. Grid computing is nothing but parallel computing. See, what we do first, let me be clear on the concept of cloud. Let me revise what cloud computing actually is. Then it will be very much easier to identify the difference between two. So, for example, now I can take say 1, 2, 3, 4 computers, and on 4 computers, let us say that there is a software Vista, and on that Vista I can run a program called VMware. What does this VMware do? It allows me to create a virtual machine. So say I created a virtual machine, and this virtual machine is now Windows 7. So now what I am doing is that I am running Windows 7 over VMware, and VMware is operating under Vista. So the entire process is very long. Why? Because Windows 7 is talking to VMware, VMware is talking to Vista, and Vista is talking to the hardware. So what most of the companies do, and here the standard example is of KVN and Zenith, they say that what the VMware actually do is that it allows just a virtualization layer. So why can't we write the software ourselves instead of running it on operating system? Let build the operating system. So here comes the concept of hypervisor. So what is hypervisor is that that it doesn't require any operating system. It is the operating system. So with this hypervisor, say I now connect 1, 2, 3, 4 computers. Okay? And also I make sure that all these 4 computers are connected together by a cable, say the optical fiber cable. And also all these 4 computers doesn't have any hard disk. Why? Because if you use hard disk then the process will slow. So what I do is that I create another network. Now this network is of memory, hard disk. So and these 2 networks, that is the computer networks and this hard disk network, can communicate with each other. This what I described to you is called as cloud. Okay? So if this is the cloud, then what Amazon has done? What Amazon has done is that they publicly said that we have used Zenith hypervisor and they said that this is the way we have to perform our cloud. So what? And then after some years, Zenith and KVN said that okay, we are coming with a private cloud and named it as Proud. So the major difference between these 2 clouds is that the public cloud is owned by the Amazon, whereas private cloud is owned by the own premises by the individual company. So coming to the grid computing, the cloud computing is that it's scalable because a lot of customers can access the same cloud with same infrastructure. While here in grid computing, what we do is that a number of resources from different computers are joined together to reach one common goal. So it's parallel computing, while cloud computing is different from that. The cloud computing is very scalable, while grid computing is not. And also in case of data security, the cloud computing provides greater security than when compared with the grid computing. Next. So finally, I would like to conclude by saying that the topic just discussed is extremely blistering. No doubt it's a new big wave in computing. I will leave by having a say that for sure cloud